Street Talk and other stuff. Mike, Mad Dog McNally. Thanks for tuning in this fine Monday morning. Getting a little chilly out there, but Christmas is coming, so I guess it's appropriate for it to be cold. But hey, look, thanks for tuning in. I got a really cool show today, but a couple of things. You still have two great live theater opportunities this weekend, okay? At the Riverside Playhouse, All Is Calm. It's a story about the Christmas truce in World War I of 1914. Very, very excellent, well done show. My wife and I saw it when they did it 2 years ago. We're deliberately going back again this year because it's excellent, very well done. Henry Heddick was my guest next week if you tuned in. He talked about it then, but that's going to be at the Riverside Playhouse in Wenatchee. And also, Eastmont High School is doing Angels of Bataan. It's about the Navy and Army nurses that survived the Japanese capture of Manila and Corregidor in World War II. They were prisoners for more than 3 years. All of them survived. Very well done. Matthew Pippin, you know, one of my faves is the director. That's going to be at Eastmont High School this weekend. You can check out either of these shows by going on the website. You can get tickets for All Is Calm from the Numerica website, but you have to go to the Eastmont High School website to be able to get tickets for Angels of Bataan, but get them in advance. There's a possibility you can get them at the door, but the show was at the high school was very well attended last weekend when my wife and I went. So hey, just a tip. Great stuff coming up for this holiday season for live theater. But you know, just a story that you might want to know. I was driving down the street one day, and I saw a sign in the guy's front yard. It said, "Talking dog for sale, $50." So I stopped. I said, "Talking dog." So I figured it was some gimmick, you know. So I go knock on the door, and this old guy comes to the door, and he says, "Yeah, you got a sign about a talking dog." He says, "Yeah, I got a talking dog. I want to sell it." I said, "The dog talks?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "How does the dog talk?" He says, look, the dog's in the backyard. Go back, check it out for yourself." Okay, so I walk around the back, and there's the dog by his dog house, and you know, the dog comes up wagging his tail, and I look at him, and the dog looks at me, and I feel like an idiot, you know. But I say, "Hey, the guy says you can talk." The dog says, "Well, yes, I can." "You can talk?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "How did this happen?" He said, "I don't know. It's just born this way. Something happened." But the interesting thing is the government found out about it. And they put me into government service with the State Department. And they would take me overseas when they were dealing with these hostile nations, and they would let me stay in the room when these other nations were talking. And I would, of course, listen to what they were saying, and I would report back later to the U.S. officials, you know, what these people from these, you know, these antagonistic countries were saying about us and what their plans were. And he said, but the dog said, "You know, afterwards I got tired of the travel, but I came home and I wanted to keep doing this type of work, so I signed up with the FBI. And I worked with the FBI to deal with terrorists and other threats, internal threats to the United States, and drug dealers, that type of thing. I'd hang around with these drug dealers who'd listen to their plans. I'd come back and report it to the agents." He said it was quite a career. But the dog said, "You know, I got tired of all that, and I wanted to retire, so I came back here. You know, I live a peaceful life." So I'm going, this is incredible. So I go back around to the front of the house, I knock on the door, and the guy says, "What do you think?" I said, "Man, that's amazing, the dog can talk." I said, "But why are you only selling him for $50? He says, "Oh, because that dog is a liar. He never did any of that stuff."
Oh, dear.
My guest even like Okay, so hey, Street Talk and other stuff. I've got a great guest for you today, so I want you to stick around. We will be right back.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait, turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
If your chair is comfortable and still fits, Don't toss it. Reupholster it at Wenatchee Upholstery. The sky is the limit. From new upholstery in your favorite car to upgrading your seats in the boats. Everything old can be new again when you call Joe. Personalize your golf cart, grandma's chair, your favorite bar stool. Trust your treasure with Wenatchee Upholstery.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
Let's go to Hawaii for the holidays.
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
Elevate Home is the newest addition to Chelan's premier shopping district. Shop the latest from American Leather and Bassett Furniture, add in their on-site interior designer, and you'll have everything you need to elevate your space today.
You're invited to experience small-town holidays in iconic Lake Chelan. From local shopping to Santa parades, a getaway visit to Lake Chelan is a great way to make this holiday season special. Learn more at smalltownholidays.com.
Okay, we're back. Street Talk and other stuff. And I'm thrilled to have one of my best friends, TJ Farrell. TJ, you don't here. Come on, Ron.
Oh, hell. Yeah.
Okay, TJ
Hello.
and I, we're buddies. We do theater together. And she's just a wonderful human being. I'm thrilled to have her back on. Well, you are.
Thank you.
You know? And I had TJ on a few months ago. She actually does, well, I'll let you tell people.
Oh, the kitten fostering, yes.
Yeah.
And that was an easy interview because I brought a kitten and who cares what I say? There's a kitten, right?
But you do actually foster care.
I do
for
foster kittens.
Okay.
I just picked up a new one last
I
night.
saw that on Facebook.
Little guy who needs to be in quarantine for about 12 days and make sure that he hasn't got anything infectious, and then he's up for adoption.
Okay, cool. Okay, so a little bit about yourself otherwise. You
Okay,
know? I mean,
well.
Why your hair? It's
Why my
very cool.
hair?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So the hair is because I like it this way.
Okay.
It's not a statement. It's I started going gray at a very early age.
All right.
I'm now completely white on top, and so every time it's not showing up all that great under these lights, but it's really bright.
It is vibrant.
It is rainbow bright.
vibrant.
It looks like a deranged My Little Pony with rainbow hair and a unicorn horn. But when I started going gray, I was having to, color it, as the ladies do.
Yes, I'm well aware.
And so now, with these bright colors, whenever I get another inch of white in, well, we just put in the next bright color, and it just some of this has been in there for 2.5, 3 years.
But you rock it. I
Thank
mean, there aren't that many people that can pull it off, but you do a great job
yes,
with that.
it's just because this is the color I want my hair.
But something else you do, and I very much admire this because I have no ability in this field at all, but you create costumes.
I do make costumes,
yeah.
yes. I love to make Halloween costumes. I generally only make them for myself because I don't make them very practical. My costumes are not terribly comfortable to wear.
No, but
they're not easy to get off if you need a bathroom break.
But they're intense.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're fun.
extensive.
They're fun. I've done the Martian ambassador from Mars Attacks. I've done the magician's assistant sawn in half on the couch from Beetlejuice. I did one of the blue tiger-striped people from Avatar, but dressed up as an apple blossom princess. She had the sash and the tiara and everything.
Cool.
So yeah, I've done a few
See, well,
ones.
I don't get invited to costume parties because
I would just wear these to work.
Well, no, I used to get invited to theme parties. We had one for the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe once. I put on an army jacket, I put on a hat, and I got a cigar because I had a beard. I just went as Castro. That's all I could ever do.
Gosh.
That's all I could ever pull off. So I was invited to a costume party a few years ago.
You could have gone to C.S. Lewis.
I guess. I went to one where I was supposed to dress up like a rock star.
Yeah.
So I just wore my shirt unbuttoned and a black T-shirt, and I said, "I'm Mark Knopfler."
There you go. That works. It's the thought that counts.
But yeah, I am costume. I'm a costume illiterate.
Oh, I do love a costume, and I do love a costume party.
Okay,
so yes, I like Halloween quite a bit.
All right. Well, I do too. Okay. But I invited you on today because you recently wrote a book.
Recently is a relative term. Okay,
I bought a copy of it. Okay, it's called The Alphabet. Go ahead and explain the book to us.
Okay, so this is a book for anyone who loves to read about dogs or just likes rhyming poetry. Okay. It is a book where there are 2 poems for every letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
And each of the poems is about a breed of dog.
Okay.
All but one of them are real breeds. And the only reason that we don't have 2 breeds for the 2 real breeds for the letter X is because I couldn't find a second one. Okay. So yes,
I'm amazed that you could find one.
Yes.
Okay. That was pretty cool.
Yes, the original name of the Mexican hairless is the Xoloitzcuintli, Squeetly, which starts with an X, even though.
I got that.
So yeah. So even though it starts with an X, it's pronounced Xolo. Sure. So anyway, so yes, there is one breed that's made up, but it's a fun one.
Well, we'll talk about that a little more later.
Okay.
But what prompted this? I mean, what? Go with the the formation.
I'll try to sum it up. I'll try to sum it up. Okay, so I worked for a company here in town called Dogwise, and they specialize in books about dogs, breeding, training, grooming, showing, agility, hunting, you name it.
And that company is run by
Larry and Charlene Woodward, and I believe the day-to-day operations are done by their son Nate Woodward now.
Right.
Yes.
I know Charlene.
So
Woodward.
yeah, I worked there when he was still in college, and this is 20-some years ago.
Okay.
And I'd never had dogs growing up. We'd always had cats, hamsters, birds, whatever. All right. We'd always had pets, but never a dog. And I learned a lot about dogs there. And I also learned that people are just so devoted to their dogs. I mean, cat lovers love a good cat video. Right. But there's only so much you can buy for your own cat. But dog lovers, if their breed is on it, they want it. Yeah, and if they don't get it for themselves, their friends will get it for them for Christmas.
Yes, I have noticed that people and their dogs,
It's a beautiful thing. And I learned there were so many different breeds, and the people who worked there all had dogs, and they would bring them into work, or they would show me pictures of them. And as time went on, I was exposed to this and grew to love like the vast diversity of canines in this world. Yeah. And I don't know how I got the idea to write a book of poems about it. It's just sort of like, well, I don't know enough about any one breed of dog to write a book about it.
Sure, right.
But I could certainly write a little tribute to many of them. And I certainly haven't covered half the dog breeds that there are in this world. But I sat down to do it in 2006. So this is not a recent thing.
You've been working at this for a while, girl.
This has been an on-again, off-again, slow cooker kind of a book, It's like a crock pot. You throw the ingredients in to start it, and maybe you add something later, and then you have to stick it in the fridge and go to work, or whatever. It took forever. It took forever. Okay. And when I got it done, I would take it to the Right on the River 4 Minutes of Fame. I might read one of my short stories, or I might throw out 2 or 3 dog poems. They seemed to be very well received. And then I made the decision to send them to a friend of mine that I've had since high school, who's an English teacher. Okay. And he loved it. And he said, you got to publish this.
Okay, when you sent it to him, you sent what we have here.
I sent him a Word document full of just the poems. Because I had no idea how to publish something. I didn't know, do you just send a manuscript to publishers? I don't know. But he loved it, and he's like, you've got to publish this. This is fun. Dog lovers will love it. Parents will want to read it to their kids. Kids will learn to read using it. It's I myself love Dr. Seuss poetry. Oh, yeah. So, I like bouncy, flouncy, trouncy, rhyming poems. Right. You give me a non-rhyming poem, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. And maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. But I do love a rhyming poem. So he was insistent. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how to find an illustrator for it. I asked a friend of mine from college, did he want to illustrate it? And he's like, no, I've got 2 full-time jobs as it is, or the equivalent of 2 full-time jobs. And I asked my roommate, who's an artist, and he's like, yeah, that's way too big of a job. I've got a full-time job. Okay. And then our mutual friend, Matthew Pippin, published his first book called 9 Strangers, which is available here locally in town at the museum and at Ye Old Bookshop and on Amazon. And he got the cover done by a gentleman that he had met online through Instagram, where this guy posted his artwork. And then Matthew wrote a second book and got that. Well, in the meantime, I'm like, Matthew published a book. How did he do that? Well, come to find out, it was through Amazon on Kindle Direct Publishing. And so I said, Matthew, do you think your friend Almir would want to illustrate this book? Because I need full color, full page illustrations.
Yeah.
I'll just hold this up here. So I need this kind of stuff. I need the dog pictured. It needs to look reasonably like the dog in question, and then there needs to be some relevant background. And he said, here's his email address, why don't you ask him? So I sent him an email, and he said, wow, that's a really big job. That's 52 illustrations, 2-page illustrations, plus all the extra stuff, the cover, the back cover, the title page, the cat poem, the this, the that. It's well illustrated.
Designed. It's not just pictures of dogs. There's background stuff there.
Right.
So.
There's every poem has a 2-page spread illustration.
Yeah.
He said he has a twin brother, Aram, and he said, "Can I split it with my brother?" And I was like, "Sure. Show me what you got." And they sent me 3 proof of concept illustrations, and they were so charming. I was like, we had this publisher that I was working with who specializes in helping people get published on Kindle. She had
very nice.
Yes, she had put again. The color is leaching out a little bit under the lights. I assure you, this is much brighter than. So this one's like a nice soft pink background. It's not coming out all that well, but anyway, the pictures are beautiful. The pictures are charming, and I looked at these 3 and I sent them to the lady who was helping me publish it on Kindle, and I said she had solicited some experimental artwork from some freelance artists, and I said, I hate to tell you this, but I like these much better than anything that's come in so far on your ask for art. Yeah. And she looked at it, she's like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
Yes, sign them up. And so we did, and they did it in a very short amount of time. I think in less than 4 months, they had all the basic artwork done. And then we went back and said, could you futz this over to the left a little bit so it's not right in the crease of the book? Can you take out this one element that's kind of in the way of the poem? Can you do this? And they were a delight to work with, both of them.
And these aren't the local gentlemen.
No,
are they?
these gentlemen live in they live in Las Tunas, Cuba.
Okay.
Which is about 3 hours by bus from the nearest airport, which is Santiago de la Cuba.
Okay.
So Cuba for us in America. But they live in Cuba, and you can't send money to Cuba.
Right.
We ended up paying them through a third party in another country.
Okay. No, I didn't know that.
Wow, okay. You used to be able to, not anymore. So.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, so they did get paid, and it was a good deal for me and a windfall for them. Good. And like I said, my publisher is now. I have their contact information. I will be recommending them if something like this comes up again. So yes, so there it is. And she helped me get it published on Amazon through Kindle Direct Publishing.
Okay.
However, it is also available locally at Ye Olde Bookshop.
Right.
Did a signing down there a few weeks ago.
Had Anna on the show a couple times.
Oh, she's
Great gal.
wonderful,
She's a wonderful woman.
Wonderful woman. And if she sells out, I've got more to bring her.
Okay.
And then we also did a signing at Firehouse Pet Shop. So I wanted to give them a shout out because they were very, very kind. But both Anna and Alan. Anna at Ye Olde Bookshop and Alan at Firehouse Pet Shop. Both very kind, very supportive, very into the local artists and the local producers and things like that.
Okay.
So,
all right, well, look, I want to take a break, okay? But I want to come back with TJ, and I want to have her read a poem or 2 for you, talking a little bit more. But hey, we need to take a break. So, hey, Street Talk and other stuff, you stick around. We will be right back. So.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
It's a hometown celebration Christmas in Kashmir, Saturday, December 7th. It's family fun with a kid shop, live festive music, complimentary warm beverages, and tasty holiday treats. Come enjoy the sights and sounds of the season. Don't forget, Santa Claus arrives at 11, and please visit our sponsors. Gayton's Green Weidenbach. They add value to their clients' projects and contribute to their clients' success. Doan's Valley Pharmacy in the heart of downtown Kashmir. Discover great gifts, and they'll gift wrap for free.
Okay, we're backstreet talking other stuff, talking with TJ Farrell. TJ is written this great book called The Alphabet. It's a book about poems about dogs.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit more, just to refresh.
Okay, well, poems
memories of
about
people.
dogs, 2 poems for every letter of the alphabet, each one about a different breed.
Okay.
Almost every single one of them about a real breed. And there's a cat poem in there, too, because I am also a cat person,
Yes.
as you know. I
Right.
brought on cats for fostering, and yeah.
Okay, and you said you were able to find 2 names for 2 breeds of dogs for every letter of the alphabet except for Q.
X.
X, sorry,
Yeah.
okay. Well, why don't you read a couple?
Okay.
Okay, find one
All
for
right.
me. I'm sure
Okay.
you thought that Mike's going to ask me to read one. So
This is a real breed. This is called the Italian Greyhound. Now, if you know what a greyhound looks like, you know,
Sure.
they're tall dogs, skinny,
Right.
very lean, very fast. The next size down is a whippet, and then there's a smaller one.
Okay.
The Italian Greyhound, just looks like a miniature. So I is for Italian Greyhound. Would you like a little dog that is sporty and sleek, who looks just like a racing dog but tiny? A peppy poppy popping with a pretty impish streak, who can jump up high enough to pat your hiney? I can tell you'd really love the chic Italian Greyhound, to carry and to cuddle all the time. She's ziggy and she's zaggy, and her tail is really waggy, and she twirls like a tornado on a dime. And just for
That's
fun,
really
there's
good.
there's the picture of the little greyhound being mischievous and getting the turkey off the counter.
All right, well, actually,
All right.
I had a dog that did that once.
Yeah?
Ate all the turkey.
Have you ever had a treeing Walker Coonhound?
No, let's hear about the
this
T
is,
for
this is a
treeing
recognized,
Walker
this is a breed.
Coonhound.
Treeing Walker, T is for treeing Walker Coonhound.
Okay.
Okay, I'll show you the picture real quick here so you get an idea. They're like a tall beagle, and they're very good for going hunting.
Okay.
T is for treeing Walker Coonhound. Now, doesn't that name make you want to smile? A dog that can chase things up trees? She's able to track things for miles and miles, then bay her success to the breeze, and cleans up with the greatest of ease. The Walker's a worker once she's on the job, and needs to be able to run. She's good with a family, but may sometimes rob a toy or a gadget for fun, then hide it away when she's done. If you like a dog that will search through the forest and maybe scale tall fences too, who can vocalize loudly, then might I suggest the Walker's the talker for you. A true hunter's dog through and through.
Oh, that's good.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, now look, I have my copy.
Yes.
I have a marker.
Okay.
I want your signature.
Okay. All right.
I want you to sign
I'm going
my
to put this in
copy.
there just in case that
Yeah.
Sharpie. Do you want just a signature? Or do you want a
No, I want,
flourishy
to Mike,
Okay.
the man who I mostly admire in the world. Something like that.
I'm going to write exactly.
this
I'm
is-
going to write exactly that.
This is just really cool. I mean, I was telling TJ that I do little poems myself sometimes. I've done them for people for their birthdays, and when I'm in a show, a play for the cast party, I like to write a little dog roll for each member of the cast. And it's fun just coming up.
They're
because
good. They're good.
What's interesting is that I have no soul for poetry.
Oh, I disagree.
I do, no. I mean, for funny stuff like this, but I try to read poetry, and a friend of mine's the same way. When I'm reading a book of prose, like a novel, and it comes upon a section of poetry, my eyes immediately immediately go over it and go back to the main line of the story.
You don't like to read poetry?
No, well, I don't get it.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
do not have the soul for
Gotcha.
poetry, okay? Even reading Psalms in the Bible, I have to work at it because I'm a barbarian.
Okay, that's all right. There are those who would say that this is doggerel.
Dog. Yes, they would. But this has been a lot of fun for you.
Yes, it has. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. These would make excellent Christmas gifts if you have children.
Yes.
And again, where can you get the book?
You can get it at Ye Old Bookshop. You can get it at Amazon.com. Maybe Mike will even sell this one that I've now inscribed.
No,
if your name's Mike, he's got one that's already signed.
No, this is my copy.
Hit up Ye Old Bookshop because they are a wonderful place just for readers, for people who want to find something that maybe has been out of print, or just to have a good chinwag with Anna because she's fabulous.
It's great, fabulous,
and
wonderful woman.
And she has them, and I can get her more. And if you are not close to town and you don't feel like coming into town, then you can get them on Amazon.
Okay. So, any other plans? I mean, this was a big project for you.
It was. It absolutely was. Well, holidays are upon us. So right now the plans are you get the house tidied up and decorated in time for Christmas and cook a big meal. So.
Okay, yeah, but any other plans, for a possible book in the future or anything like that?
I have a novel on the back burner. Again, another crock pot thing that I come back to and stir every once in a while.
Okay.
But it is not. It's probably maybe half done, and it's taking me a long time. But
give
now,
us a little taste.
So it is fiction. It's a novel.
Novels usually are.
Yeah. I didn't know that for the longest time. I was an adult before I realized that if it said a novel, it meant fiction.
Yeah. She read Gone with the Wind and thought it was true.
It's based on some things that actually happened.
Yeah.
But no, it's a story about a woman who runs a local haunted house. And because I did several years at our local haunted house and fell in love with that too. So I'm writing about what I know. Only in her haunted house, the monsters are actually monsters, and nobody in town actually knows that. She's kind of a safe haven for the monsters. Okay. And their big fundraiser to keep this large house and keep everybody fed is that for about a month and a half every year they do a really, really scary haunted house.
Oh, okay.
Because the monsters are real.
Okay. Yeah, well, cool.
Yeah.
And that's you're about halfway through with that.
I think about halfway through. But again, I've been working on that one for about the same amount of time.
All right. Now, actually, let's take a quick break. Okay? Let's take a quick break. Just give Josiah time to do a commercial or two. But hey, Street Talk and other stuff, talking with TJ Farrell, just wrote this great book of dog poems called The Alphabet. So, let's stick around. We'll talk with TJ in a minute, but we will be right back. So.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait, turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I think that's a power line.
Nailed it.
What the?
Are you gonna call 911 or should I?
Actually, we're late. I'm just gonna drive over it.
Afraid not. Down power lines are super dangerous. If you see one, you call it in.
Yeah, I just drove up to a down power line.
She gets it.
Okay, we're back again. Street Talk and other stuff, talking with TJ Farrell. TJ is an amazing woman. She's an actress, been in a number of shows with her. She's just a very fun, interesting person to be around. She wrote this book, The Alphabet, which is available here locally or on Amazon. She's a kitty foster person.
I am a kitty fosterer, yes.
If a kitten has issues, needs to be in quarantine for a while before they can be adopted, she actually takes care of those, and you got a big heart.
Oh, I love the kitties.
Okay.
I love dogs and I love kitties.
Yeah. Now, do you have any cats yourself?
I do. I have an adult cat right now. His name is Cosmo.
Right.
He is gray with black marbling, not so much stripes, but marbling on him, but his face looks like a tabby cat.
Okay. Oh,
and
cool.
Right now I have one little foster kitten whose name is Comet, who is orange and white.
Okay. Well, TJ, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Have a wonderful Christmas.
You too.
Best of luck on sales for the book.
Thank you.
But hey, Street Talk and other stuff, you stick around. Come see us next week. Mike Malman from Serve Wenatchee Valley will be on. But hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.